Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and welcome to our presentation. The MAC protocol that we choose is Berkeley MAC, which is BMAC. So here our team members. I am Farah Husna together with Irina Eliana and Izdihar Afika. Introduction. The BMAC protocol is a highly efficient and flexible media access control protocol designed for wireless sensor network. Introduced by Polars in 2004, BMAC optimized energy consumption by using a low power listening (LPL) and selective preamble sampling. Nodes periodically wake up to check for significant channel activity, ensuring they only stay awake when necessary, thereby conserving energy. Then, BMAC's long preamble technique ensures that receivers detect incoming transmission reliably, while adaptive duty cycling allows nodes to adjust their active periods based on network condition. BMAC can implement acknowledgement and optional RTS-CTS mechanism to enhance reliability and reduce collision in high-load networks. And this protocol, simplicity, adaptability, and energy efficiency make it a robust choice for various WSN applications.
There are 7 BMAC goals. The first one is low power operation. BMAC achieves low power operation through low power listening and selective sampling. Nodes wake up periodically to check for channel activity and go back to sleep if no significant activity is detected. This reduces the time nodes spend in an active state, conserving energy. Effective collision avoidance. BMAC uses carrier sense multiple access to check if the channel is clear before transmitting data. Additionally, it can implement request to send and clear to send mechanism in high load networks to further reduce the likelihood of collisions. Next, simple implementation, small code and RAM size. BMAC is designed to be straightforward with a simple mechanism for preamble sampling and minimal control packet overhead. This simplicity allows it to be implemented with small code and RAM size, making it suitable for resource-constrained sensor nodes. Next, efficient channel utilization regardless of data rate. BMAC's long preamble ensure that receivers are awake when data packets arrive, which help maintain efficient channel utilization. The protocol is designed to handle various data rates effectively without significant change to its operation. Next, reconfigurable by network protocols. BMAC can be reconfigured to adjust its parameters, such as the check interval and duty cycle, according to the needs of the application and network condition. This reconfigurability makes it adaptable to different scenarios and requirements. Next, tolerant to changing network conditions. BMAC can adapt to varying traffic loads and environmental changes. Its adaptive duty cycling and selective sampling mechanism help it remain efficient and effective even when network conditions fluctuate. Next, highly scalable. BMAC's lightweight and energy-efficient design make it suitable for large-scale deployments. Its collision avoidance mechanism and adaptive features help it scale well as the number of nodes in the network increase.
First, carrier sends multiple access with collision avoidance, which is CSMA or CA. So the purpose of CSMA or CA to avoid collision and ensure efficient channel utilization. Listen for a predetermined amount of time for network activity. If the network is idle, then send a packet. If activity is detected, then wait for a random amount of time, which is called back-off factor, before re-attempting transmission. Then back-off counter only decrement when channel is clear. Second, clear channel assessment (CCA). This CCA ambient noise change depending on environment. BMAC employs software to estimate the noise floor, then search for outliers significantly below the noise floor since a valid packet could never have one. Then if clear, then transmit. If busy, then back off. Third is low power listening (LPL). So the purpose of LPS is to reduce energy consumption by minimizing the time nodes spend in active listening state. So when a node awakes, it checks for radio activity using CCA. If activity is detected, stay awake to receive the packet and then sleep. If no packet, which is false positive, time out first not to sleep. Then preamble length. So the purpose of preamble length to ensure the receiver is awake when the transmitter sends data. Preamble must be at least as long as duty cycle for reliable data reception. When a node wants to transmit a data, it first sends a long preamble. The preamble is long enough to ensure that any receiving node which wake up periodically will detect the preamble and stay awake for the subsequent data packet.
The next step to implement BMAC is adaptive duty cycling, to dynamically adjust the wake-up interval based on network conditions and activity levels. So if there are significant activity detected, the receiver can increase its active period to ensure reliable data reception. So this adaptability actually helps in maintaining efficiency under varying traffic loads. Next, acknowledgement ACK mechanism. So to enhance reliability of data transmissions. So after receiving a data packet, the receiver sends an ACK packet back to the transmitter to confirm successful reception. So the last step to implement BMAC is optional RTS-CTS mechanism. This is used to further reduce collisions in high-load networks. So how it is used is the nodes can use request to send RTS and clear to send CTS packets to reserve the channel before transmitting data.
The operation of the BMAC protocol. This image illustrates the BMAC protocol, showcasing how sender, receiver, and neighboring nodes interact during data transmission. The sender initially in sleep states, then wake up, back off to avoid collisions, sends a preamble to wake the receiver, transmit data, and returns to sleep. The receiver periodically from sleep waking to listen, detects the preamble, receives the data, sends an acknowledgement, and sleeps again. Neighboring nodes wake, detect if the data is intended for them, and if not, return to sleep. The energy model of BMAC. The energy consumption in BMAC is modeled based on several components. The first one is transmitting energy, energy consumed during data transmission, receiving energy, energy consumed while receiving data, listening energy, energy consumed during the listening intervals of the LPL mechanism, sampling sensor data energy, energy consumed while sampling sensor data, sleeping energy, energy consumed while the node is in sleep mode. The total energy E is given as result simulation of BMAC. Energy levels of nodes over time. On the initial energy levels, all nodes start with an initial energy levels of 100 units. Then the linear decrease. The energy levels of all nodes decrease almost linearly over time. This indicates a relatively consistent rate of energy consumption, which is expected given the regular activities such as waking up, transmitting, receiving that each node performs. Next, uniform energy consumption. The energy consumption trends for all nodes are very similar. This suggests that the nodes are engaging in their activities such as waking up, listening, transmitting, and receiving at similar rates. And energy levels. By the end of the simulation at 1000 seconds, the energy levels of all nodes have significantly decreased, with some nodes having energy level is around -800 units. The negative energy levels imply that the nodes have exhausted their initial energy and have continued to consume energy beyond that initial allocation, which might be due to continuous operation without any form of recharging of energy harvesting. Next, throughput over time. On the initial phase, throughput starts low at around 0.25 packets per second. Significant fluctuations occur in the first 200 seconds as the network stabilizes. On the stabilization, throughput stabilizes around 0.45 packet per second with minor variations. Indicates the network has reached a steady state with consistent packet transmission and reception rates. On the slight increasing trend, throughput shows a slight increase over time, suggesting nodes optimize their activities to avoid collision and improve efficiency.
So this is the result for average delay over time for BMAC protocol implementation. So as we can see in this graph, the plot shows that the average delay starts very high, close to 800 seconds. So this initial high delay can be attributed to the initial state of the network where nodes are waking up and starting to transmit. So initial congestion or buffering also contributes to this high delay. Next, as the simulation progresses, the average delay decreased rapidly. This is because the nodes become more synchronized and the network settles into a more efficient state. So, after around 100 packets, the average delay stabilized to a much lower value. This shows that the system has reached a steady state where packets are transmitted efficiently with minimal delays. Next is the histogram of packet transmission delays. So each bar represents the number of packets falling within a specific delay range, which is the bin ages. So, most packets, 190 packets, experience a delay between 0 and 0.8 seconds, indicating that majority of transmissions were quite fast. And then a significant number of packets, 110, experience a delay between 0.8 and 1.6 seconds, showing a moderate delay for these transmissions. Next, a smaller but notable number of packets, 75 packets, experience delays between 1.6 and 2.4 seconds, suggesting that some packets faced higher delays. So actually, majority low delay. The histogram actually shows that most packets are transmitted with low delays, particularly within the 0.0 to 0.8 seconds range. This suggests that the network is generally efficient. So, in conclusion, this project actually focused on designing and simulating a low duty cycle MAC protocol, which is the BMAC protocol, using the MATLAB platform. So, based on the graph depicting energy levels, throughput, average delay, and packet transmission delays, it has evident that the BMAC protocol excels in optimizing energy efficiency, enhancing throughput, minimizing average transmission delays, and ensuring predictable packet delivery times in wireless sensor networks. So that is all from us. Thank you.